Hi, gang. It is the week between Christmas and New Year's. And I finished up Ardennes 44 and I finished up the Day of Days. Pretty much played them almost to the end. I was 1 day short on Ardennes 44 and I was 3 turns short on Day of Days. But to me, the games were completed. And then I decided I really want to play a Goss game from Decision Games. I've got all 4 of them now. I've been watching Steelstone and LBW Steve do their Vassal playthrough and watching them and listening to them explain the rules to me, which is great stuff. I think when you're actually playing the game, it's not as difficult as trying to swallow down the rules. And so I got up after I finished those 2 games and cleared my big table, and I set up Lucky Forward and was going to start getting after that. And I slept on it that night. And when I woke up, I realized, you know what? I'm not ready to tackle that yet. So what I'm going to do is I remove the maps. Thank God I hadn't put all the counters down. So I remove the maps, and I'm going to learn the rules to that and play on some smaller. They have like a little tutorial map inside of Lucky Forward where you can learn the rules. It's like a little small square map. I'm going to mess with that and learn the rules. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to play an OCS, an SCS, and probably one other game I haven't decided yet. I threw up Guderian's Blitzkrieg, the first one over here, just to sort of refresh myself. They have, which I've never heard anybody mention, they have 6 tutorial scenarios. They're not walkthroughs, but it's a simple setup, and they tell you which rules to use, and they tell you what your objective is and your victory conditions, which forces you to use the rules. So, Tunisia was my only experience, and while that I grasped the basic concepts of the game, I still needed some more in-depth. I needed to really get the supply rules down, which doing these walkthroughs did it for me. So, and I think I've got combat down, I've got the artillery barrage, and I want to refresh the air combat again and the air barrages, which it's actually pretty simple from what I remember playing in Tunisia. They eliminate in most of the indirect fire and barrage or air-to-air combat. There's not a whole lot you have to do to figure it out. You might have to check for, 1 die roll modifier or a column shift or something like that, but it's not real difficult. I know that the ground combat, it really also is not that hard. There's very minimal stuff you have to check, but and the system's pretty stable. So that was a quick refresher. So I decided that while I'm learning the Goss rules, let's go ahead and play. We'll play Blitzkrieg Legend, which is obviously France 1940, and we're going to play the campaign game. And then, thanks to Ardwolf, he sold me Stalingrad Pocket 2 at a very good price. You also need to watch Ard's channel because every now and then he puts something up. He's just trying to get rid of stuff. So I want to play Stalingrad Pocket 2 Standard Combat Series. Now that one's all set up. I haven't started to play yet. Scribbled me some little arrows after I did a little research online about what Operation Uranus was, and the Kalash bridgehead, which is right there underneath that dice right there. Those are my victory location markers, by the way. That was sort of the main objective, is to get that bridgehead across the Don. And I looked at the map and I'm like, well, okay, yeah, I can see that picture. And then I thought I need to secure some more of these objectives. So I just sort of scribbled some arrows on there with what my intention is. 5th Tank Army to drive this way to the bridges down here at, I'm not even going to say that, Nizhny something. And then over here, 51st Army from the other side. Sweep through. Yeah. Notice these units on either side of the Germans who were focused on the Stalingrad area. And the Russians knew it. Romanians and more Romanians. All right, so 51st Army and 5th Tank, their intention is to drive there towards Nizhny Chiskayev or something like that. And then 57th Army and 65th intention is to drive towards Kalash. Thus, isolating or beginning the isolation of 6th Army in the Stalingrad area. I'm thinking somewhere along in here, Hof's 4th Panzer Army will drive up from the south, or from, well, actually, you know what, they don't have northeast, west, and south on here. But as I'm looking at the map, we'll say from the south. driving up, which I think is probably more southeast or southwest. I think. I don't know. Yeah, it's another one of those games where I'm going to play where I don't know. I can see the reinforcement stacks over there, but I haven't bothered to look to see where they come in at. So, but this is a standard combat series Stalingrad Pocket 2. We're going to get that one underway. And over here, and you see I got all the counters out. I'm still placing pieces on the map. So Blitzkrieg Legend has 3 maps, 2 full maps, and then a little side map to bring in Holland. And is it Holland? Yeah, Holland, Netherlands, whatever. So I set that up because that's in a separate setup chart. And don't mind all the straight rows; those will all go away. Most of the units are already all of the units are set up in that map. And I'm working through the Allies setup. I've already worked through the what they call the A map, which is in the rear area in France. And I started working on the B map, so I'll get these up. Now, this is an OCS title. I'm really, really, really looking forward to this. I'm super curious to see how the handling of supply will make this work. Get this out of the way here. You can see here, there's the Ardennes sticking out. And we know that the Panzer groups used that, snuck down through here. They got into the Meuse area, and then they crossed and were driving towards the coast. So this, you can see that's all heavily wooded stuff and rough terrain right there. So we'll see. And then, of course, there's Aachen, where the commandos. So was it Scott Zaney's guys, I guess, that landed on there and took care of that. And then, of course, there's Antwerp. You want to get that port, cut it off to reduce any shipping coming in for the Allies, and the Germans probably use it as a port. And, of course, you got Belgium right there in the middle. So we're going to get, this one's taking a little while to set up. I probably could have laid the pieces out a little better before I started setting this up, but we'll get it done and we'll get this one started. So we're going to play these 2 while I'm learning the Gauss rules, and then hopefully when this is all done and I've mastered the Gauss rules or am familiar enough to play, these will get done, and we'll put one of these big old Gauss games up on here. Maybe go back to Lucky Ford. All right, so that's what old Quota here is doing for this week's of vacation. I don't go back to work till the 4th of January, so I want to play, and that's what I'm going to do. All right, let's get this up so y'all can see what's going on. We'll talk to y'all shortly.